The Lagos state government has been facing backlash for demolitions of buildings and shanties across the state, with the recent one at Mende, Maryland. The government has continued to issue notices to owners of buildings with no approval, while some have been demolished upon the expiration of the notice. Earlier, I spoke to the chairman, Nigeria Institution of Civil Engineers, Lagos State Chapter, Faith Oko-Ukoni, on the high number of building demolitions in Lagos State. I began by asking her thoughts on the state's property ownership regulation.
If the commissioner says 80%, I guess the commissioner has his figures. And how were they allowed? Are we sure they were allowed? Okay. Because we have a lot of people that do things on their own. And you know, Ibejuleki started developing recently. So it's possible the agencies and the government officials didn't get to that area, or people have taken the process in their own hands and done what they want to do. So you really can't say that they didn't know or approvals were not given or something. But you know us. We know us. When we want to do some of these things, we have our ways of doing them. So when the government wasn't able to catch or get to them until now, that a lot of things have begun to unfold.
Now, it seems like almost all parts of Lagos are filled with unapproved buildings. Now, do you think that there's something not right with the state's property ownership regulation?
I wouldn't say that, but I would say that our people, or we, the masses, are not doing things right because we are not going to the right sources. And you know, there's hunger in town. So you really don't, most times they go to the wrong sources and everybody wants to make money, get away, and they go ahead. So I would employ people to go to the right sources, get the right information. We have designated places where you can get the right information so that you really know what you're doing. Before you start your building, before you start your processes, there is what is called checking. And they need to check these things for you to be sure that the area you want to build is mapped out, because Lagos State has these things mapped out. They have plans. It's just that we're not maximizing them. We're not asking questions in the right places. We're not going to the right source, so we don't get the right information. And it's really painful what is happening. But then the state has to move, because development is unavoidably something you just have to embrace. Lagos is going to be a smart city. We even have the issue of the coastal area. You know, we are coastal areas, and the rainy seasons are here again. There's been a lot of projection about flooding. So these things are something we have to really check. And we're trusting God that the government will be able to, be able to curb them. But some of these things are in the way if they are not dealt with now. It's painful. We show empathy. But when flooding starts, we have more disaster in our hands. It's still lives that will be lost. And this is going to be large work for us to deal with. And it's still we that we are crying. We'll still be the ones complaining or crying then that the government is not doing anything. So we are appealing to the populace. Please engage the right professionals. Go to the right sources. Get your information right before you take your decision, before you embark on any building. Lagos is going smart, and a lot of things are going to be happening because development just has to happen, and it's sustainable. So we must, whatever we need to do to make it sustainable is what the government is after.